Hola a todos. Hoy vamos a discutir un tema que es muy problemático para muchas personas. Pretérito o imperfecto. Hello everybody. So today we're going to be looking at the preterite versus the imperfect tense and exactly how they are used. This can be a challenging topic for most persons because you're wondering, like, when is the preterite tense used and when is the imperfect tense used? I mean, they're both in the past. How can I tell the difference? I'm hoping that I can make this a little easier for you. Let's start. First of all, the preterite tense is used for actions that were repeated a specific number of times. Por ejemplo, él viajó 3 veces. He traveled 3 times. The action here is that he traveled. The specific number of times mentioned is 3. The imperfect tense, on the other hand, is used for actions that were repeated habitually. Él viajaba. That means in the past, you could expect him to travel a lot. You could expect that traveling was something that he did on a regular basis. It was something that he did often. Next, the preterite tense is used for describing things that happen at one point in time. Por ejemplo, caminé hasta la escuela. I walked to school. Imperfect tense is used for describing things that used to happen but don't anymore. Por ejemplo, caminaba hasta la escuela. So, the preterite tense, I walked to school, it could be that I usually take the bus, but the bus left me, so therefore I had to walk to school. I walked to school today. Yeah, the bus left me. What else was I supposed to do? The imperfect tense, on the other hand, is saying I used to walk to school. So it could be that I have a car now, so I don't need to walk to school anymore. However, I used to walk to school. So, caminé is saying that it happened at one point in time, and caminaba is saying it's something that used to happen. Next, the preterite tense is used for actions that specifically state the beginning and end of an action. Por ejemplo, él me habló anoche. He spoke to me last night. So you know that he began speaking to me last night and he stopped speaking to me last night. The specific time stated there is last night. Imperfect tense, on the other hand, is for actions with no definite beginning or end. Por ejemplo, mis padres hablaban con mi profesora. My parents were talking to my teacher. So I don't mention when they started talking to my teacher. I don't mention when they stopped talking to my teacher. But you know that they were talking to my teacher. So that's something that was happening. Next, the preterite tense is used for completed actions in the past. Por ejemplo, mi novio estuvo en mi casa. So you know that 1 minute he was there and the next minute he wasn't. So, for example, it could be that he came to my house because he wanted to see me and then he left. So, I am specifically letting you know that the action was completed. However, in the imperfect tense, you tell ongoing actions in the past. Por ejemplo, mi novio estaba en mi casa. So, I don't state that my boyfriend was at my house and then he left. I just state that he was there. It was something that was happening. So it could be that while he was there, something else happened. It could be that my boyfriend was at my house, so I cooked. It's something that was happening. It doesn't state that he was there and then he wasn't. It doesn't imply that either. So you will notice that sometimes there's no specific time that states that the action ended, but it is implied based on the tense that is used. So the fact that I say mi novio estuvo en mi casa, you know that for sure the action was completed. However, when I say mi novio estaba en mi casa, time is kind of up in the air, you know. You can't really tell. It's general. Next, the present tense is used for listing interrupting actions. Por ejemplo, mi amiga estudiaba cuando se quedó dormida. My friend was studying when she fell asleep. So the interrupting action here is when she fell asleep because she was studying. Her falling asleep interrupted her studying. The imperfect tense, on the other hand, is for listing interrupted actions. Por ejemplo, te bañabas cuando sonó tu teléfono. You were bathing when your cell phone rang, when your telephone rang. So, you know that the action that was interrupted was you bathing. You were bathing when that happened. So, just to be clear, the present tense is when an action is listed as interrupting something, and the imperfect tense is when an action was interrupted. Alright, that's the end. I really hoped I helped you guys. That's it for now. Adios.